beauty, elegance, and a good brain. That is Princess Ameerah. But what is going on in her interesting life? Why she divorced one of the most powerful and richest men? Princess Ameerah, from ordinary girl to one of the most powerful in the world. She is widely regarded as one of the most stunning examples of an Arabian woman anywhere in the world. Not only is she stunning, but she also has a kind spirit, since she fights for the rights of women and volunteers for charitable organizations. Ameera Al Taweel was a member of the royal family of Saudi Arabia in the past. They had been married, but the Saudi Arabian prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud divorced her. She had been his wife. What led to Ameera Al Taweel's decision to end her marriage to one of the wealthiest men in the world? Who is her new spouse? How many kids does she have? And most importantly, how did such an ordinary girl become one of the most powerful women in the world? Well, watch out to know the answers to all these questions as we take a peek inside the journey of Princess Ameera Al Taweel, a common girl who turned into a very important woman on earth. Welcome to Best Royal Affairs. The culture and economy of Saudi Arabia are regarded as being among the most conservative in the world. Wahhabism might be considered the authentic expression of Islam that is practiced in this nation. This trend instructs women to dress in a submissive manner and to follow their male relatives, including their guardians, dads, brothers, spouses, or uncles. When we think about Saudi women, the image that often comes to mind is that of a subdued lady who is shrouded from head to toe in black veil. However, not all Saudi women seem to be dressed in this manner. Ameera Al Taweel has never worn a hijab. She enjoys a lively and trendy wardrobe, leads an active public life, and is unafraid to voice her viewpoint. This is because she was raised in a household that was both intellectual and progressive. Riyadh, the city that is now the capital of Saudi Arabia, is where she was born in 1983. She was reared by her mother, who had previously been divorced, and her grandparents. Her tale begins in a manner reminiscent of a Disney screenplay. When she was 18 years old, she happened to meet Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal by chance during an interview she did for a school newspaper. The first 10 minutes ended up lasting for a total of 2 hours. She said that we simply clicked. They began dating for 9 months before getting married after falling in love with one another. It's almost like something out of the Cinderella story. A common woman rose through the ranks to become a member of the royal family of Saudi Arabia, and the wife of one of the wealthiest men in the world. Till this, it sounds like a beautiful love story, don't you think? According to Forbes, his fortune was believed to be more than $18 billion at the time. Al-Walid is the owner of 3 different palaces. His principal residence is a huge palace in the heart of Riyadh that belonged to the government. This enormous home has been described as having 317 rooms by Time magazine. There are also gold-plated chandeliers, silk oriental rugs, and 250 televisions, in addition to the 1,500 tons of Italian marble. It contains 4 kitchens where Arabic, continental, and Asian cuisines are prepared, as well as a room dedicated only to the preparation of sweets, all of which are staffed by chefs who can serve 2,000 people within an hour's notice. In addition to resorts located in the core of Riyadh, he also owned several bigger gardens that comprised a total of 3 lakes. Princedom was not something that had ever crossed Ameera Al Taweel's mind. She had the ambition from a young age to someday become a physician and assist others, but she eventually became a legitimate princess and made her home in an extraordinary and opulent castle. Her life may be something out of a fairy tale. She could spend the whole day doing nothing and be confined to a gilded cage, but she couldn't live a life without purpose. She told Glamour that she didn't want to be that girl who's not doing anything. "I didn't want to be that girl," she added. "I wanted to create an impression," she said. After receiving her degrees from the University of New Haven and King's College London, Ameera Al Taweel went on to become a strong champion for women's civil rights. These rights include the ability to drive, the right to inherit equally, and the right to maintain custody of children after divorce. She was named one of the world's 100 most powerful women in the year 2012, when that list was compiled. She often granted interviews to members of the foreign media, and her lectures were frequently cut short. One day, she expressed her opinion that if we want stability in the area, we must develop institutions of civil society, so that people may channel their demands via these organizations. If we want in the region, we must build institutions of civil society. Everyone in the West was thrilled with her remarks, but many people in Saudi Arabia did not enjoy the fearlessness with which she delivered them. Prince Khalid issued a warning to her brother and showed her spouse, Prince Al-Walid, to keep control of her appearances in the media. They were going to be disciplined with no prior notice if he didn't do it. It was one of the factors that contributed to the decline in the quality of the marriage between the husband and wife. One further factor that contributed to the couple's struggle to get along was most likely the significant age gap that existed between them. Ameera Al Taweel had just turned 18 years old when they first crossed paths. She was only a young lady, hardly a teenager, but her husband was 46 years old. The prince resembled her father in many ways. He had gone through the process of marriage and divorce 3 times. His first wife was rather young, thus both of his children, Prince Khalid and Princess Kareem, were already adults. There was probably a significant age gap between them, which made it challenging for them to comprehend one another. Because of this, they decided to end their marriage in 2014. After having been married for almost 6 years, in an interview, Prince said, "I have formally split from Princess Ameera Al Taweel, but she continues to be a person who I have complete respect for. I have officially separated from Princess Ameera Al Taweel." According to Ameera Al Taweel, the divorce was on friendly terms. The couple did not share any children, which made the process of divorce simpler. Ameera Al Taweel carried on her work to defend the rights of women. After a divorce, she assists Saudi women in obtaining equal inheritance and custody of their children so that they may live independently. Even though Ameera is no longer a princess, she continues to be a humanitarian activist and philanthropist in her own right. After being divorced and waiting another 5 years, the former princess eventually wed the millionaire from the Emirates, Khalifa bin Butti Al Muhairi. Their little ceremony took place in the city of Paris in 2018. She had 35 years under her belt then. He was 39. Oprah Winfrey was one of the dignitaries that attended the ceremony, which also included several other notable people. Is that not what we all want? Oprah at our wedding? Let me know what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. The new spouse of Ameera Al Taweel is a billionaire who also has experience as an entrepreneur. Khalifa serves as the chairman of the KBBO Group, a corporation that is active in the areas of investing, retail, and foreign exchange. The business magazine Forbes estimates that he is worth $1.5 billion. This individual is the top shareholder of NMC Healthcare, which is the leading provider of medical services in the United Arab Emirates. The couple welcomed their first kid into the world a little over a year after their wedding. They decided to give their kid the name Zayed. A French mansion, which is around 50 kilometers, 31 miles outside of Paris, is where the family makes their home. At this point, their kid is 3 years old. There is continued faith in Ameera Al Taweel to hold the position of Deputy Director of the Al Walid bin Talal Foundation, a charitable organization that has contributed millions of dollars to various community initiatives. The former princess has come to represent progress for Saudi women and has become a symbol for them. At one point, when she was in New York City, she made the statement that the younger generation of Saudi women not only wants to be permitted to drive, but they also want to be able to make a complete contribution to their nation. So, we are curious to know your thoughts on Ameera Al Taweel. I think she is a strong and beautiful woman. Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. And with that, it concludes today's video. If you liked our video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to ensure that you never miss a video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next one. Until then, peace.